the next catastrophic event, usually when it happens, it's pretty catastrophic, is flooding.
Yeah. Yeah. Anytime water comes into your home from outside, and there are some other, requirements for it to be considered a flood, right? Has to impact more than just your home, has to cover a certain, square footage of area around you. But again, it's something that is not going to be covered in your standard homeowner's policy. So if you are in an area that is prone to flood, definitely want to cover yourself with a standalone flood policy. Sometimes it's going to be required, even, depending on the risk of flood and your lender and things like that. But even outside of that requirement for it, it's a good idea to cover yourself with a flood policy if you live near water that tends to rise with heavy rains. We've certainly seen a lot of that in this area recently.
Absolutely. Now, not all the water from outside come into your property or into your home is gonna be considered as flooding, guys. But again, if you live in a spot, and we see this a lot in Tennessee because we have so much rain, is sometimes, there's no proper drainage on the property. So there's a
Yeah,
lot of things that you can do. It would require some money upfront, right? But this way you can make sure that you can maintain the integrity of your foundation or your basement and your
right.
home overall. So making sure your yard is graded properly, right?
Again with grading, yep. Keep it's some things as simple as keeping your gutters clean,
Mhm.
so that water isn't backing up that like you said, they're around your foundation. Um, or installing French drains or pumps, if other measures, are not available to you or fail, a little bit of cost up front can save you literally thousands in the long run.
Absolutely, absolutely. And when it comes to flood policy, check with your agents. A lot of agents out there have access to the FEMA flood policy, right?
Sure.
And
Yep.
you can buy some coverage on there. Sometimes it can be inexpensive, and sometimes it could be a lot. So it really depending on your area where your home is.
Right.